Well, it's snowing pretty good today. We've probably got we probably got 5 or 6 inches of snow since last night. So we're gonna go plow out the field so the boys can get trimming again today. All right, get the last spot we gotta plow for the day. Got everyone else plowed out. Let's get this done real quick. So we're running about 4 weeks ahead of schedule on pruning right now. I know a lot of people ask, why do we trim trees? And there's a few reasons for it. One, there's a lot of dead branches in some of these trees over the year. We got to get those out. We also have to clear out some of these extra branches and stuff so that way the chemical material can go through the tree, and it also gives light penetration into the tree. We need the light to help set those buds for year after year. Also, light helps color that apple. And trimming some of these branches off helps renew these trees, give new growth, because apples like to grow in like 2 to 3 year old wood. So to get some of that old wood out and just renew that tree so it can, keep producing apples for 50, 60 years. So this is a bigger block that we haven't trimmed yet. And our biggest goal when we trim these is, you see all these water sprouts on that. We got to thin that out. Opening these trees up more also allows them to dry out faster, which doesn't give pests and diseases a place to kind of harbor and make a problem in the orchard for years to come. Also, it kind of helps thin out some of the bud sets on these trees. So these trees can only handle so many apples. Otherwise, we'd be picking like little cherries. So thinning some of these out helps size the apple, quality of the apple, and just make sure that tree can handle that crop so it can continue to crop year after year. Otherwise, we put too many on it, they get into what we call biennial bearing, where this tree will be loaded one year and the next year there'll be nothing. And that's not good for business, and that's not good for you guys. So you can see the guys are down there. You can see all these front ones have been trimmed. He's working his way towards the back. All by hand, all by hand. He's just kind of throwing some of that brush into the middle. And all these cuts are made completely by hand. They got a ladder to get to the tops, or some of the guys have those pruning towers if they like them or not. And just thinning these trees out real nice. Done for the night. Out trimming. Haven't been videoing the past couple weeks. I've been in the office a lot doing book work, phone calls, and that's not super exciting to watch. We are back out trimming today. Done for the night. The tops of these end like 2 sections here. These are goldens. The rest of this is galas, and we get the goldens over here. But they were just really ugly up top. You can see that one didn't come down all the way. So I got the saw running. And real quick, I just went and sawed the tops of all these off. Because that's a lot easier than making 100 cuts. I mean, these are just big uglies, no apples, all just growth. So push that over to the burn pile. The galas are done now. We're getting on the goldens, and then the Jana golds at the very end of here. That'll have her going done. And then we'll swing to the barn and the shop real quick, and I'll show you some updates of some equipment we got right now. So for starters, in this bay was the front end loader, the 5303. Green Mark came pick that thing up probably, must have been 2 or 3 days ago. One, it had that massive fuel leak that was on the side, and it was making a big puddle in the barn, so that needed to get fixed. Plus, I think I mentioned in an earlier video, the clutch was starting to sound pretty rough, and it needs a new clutch. Why does it need a new clutch? And I guess I'll show you on this tractor. So the fuel was leaking all the way down here. I think it was a line somewhere, but it was somewhere up top. But just a lot of fuel. Well, that fuel apparently sipped through a seal down into the clutch and burned the clutch up. So that's off of Green Mark, getting a new clutch and stuff right now. Probably on one of these cold days, we are going to get this thing done. I have that piece here, and it looks pretty easy to do, so we'll get that thing knocked out of the way. And then we got to get the bars back in this one, and I had my buddy make another one for this tractor so that the engine-driven sprayer, we can mount that control to it. And then we're going to get this thing rolling probably about a week, start knocking out some grape acres, because they're about halfway down grapes so far.